As celebrities rail against global warming, a Twitter account called Celebrity Jets reveals that many of them use their private jets. They fly just short distances, maybe for only 10 minutes. A lot of criticism for that, as you might expect. Moving on to a headline, which is about this, really. How the climate elite spread misery. That's a headline for you. The author is Bjorn Lomborg, and Bjorn Lomborg joins us now. You wrote it, Bjorn, so you tell us how the climate elite, whoever they are, spreads misery. What kind of misery are they spreading? Spell it out.
So look, it's right that it's very galling when celebrities are using their airplanes but telling us we should take the bus. But it's much more about political leaders that are doing two things. They're partly telling the poor world, so the 4 billion poorest people on the planet, you know what, you guys don't really need fossil fuels. That leads to immense misery in the third world. Remember, we want fossil fuels. That's what we're seeing with the Russia war in Ukraine. We suddenly realize we need backup for our solar panels and wind turbines. But it's also this idea of saying, let's use lots and lots of green energy that's much more costly, that actually make it harder for people both to cool their homes in summer and heat them in winter. These are the things that environmentalists constantly tell us we should be worried about, but they block the opportunity for us to actually do smart things that'll alleviate the pain.
Exactly. The measures which we have put in place are not going to work. They're not going to control the planet's temperature. We're going to need fossil fuels for a long time to come. So how would you tackle this? What should we be doing here?
We should recognize that even on current promises, if everyone kept their current climate promises, the International Energy Agency estimate we'll still be using more than half of our energy from fossil fuels in 2050. We're not going to, as you say, fix this anytime soon. What we need to do is to dramatically ramp up investment in green energy and R&D, because if we could innovate the next set of clean green energy that would actually be cheaper than fossil fuel, we would have solved global warming. Everyone would switch, not just rich, well-meaning Americans, but also the Chinese, the Indians, and the Africans.
Now, you are an environmentalist. I've known you for 10, 20 years. You're an environmentalist, and you do believe that humans have caused some warming of the planet. That's where you're coming from on this.
Yes, absolutely. So, look, global warming is a real problem, but the way it's being exaggerated to such an extent that it's almost extreme partly makes us forget all the other problems in the world. Remember, right now, about 1 billion people are going to go hungry, partly because we don't have enough fertilizer. Fertilizer is made from gas, but the EU is now saying, no, we don't want to help poor people with more fertilizer because it's going to use fossil fuels. That's just immoral. But we also need to remember that there are many other things that have problems, many other places where we need money. So let's spend money smartly on climate so that we have money over for all the other challenges as well.
If we go on as we are going on now, what happens to our planet? Does it warm to the point where we see these frequent extreme weather events which are really dangerous?
So what you have to remember is some extreme events will get worse. So for instance, we'll see more heat waves. But remember, we'll also see fewer cold waves, and that matter because about 500,000 people die from heat, but 4.5 million people die from cold every year on the planet. So certainly for the foreseeable future, for the next decade or two, we'll actually see fewer people dying as temperatures go up, but eventually that will change. And that's true for a lot of things. So there is sense in trying to tackle global warming, but there's no sense in trying to spend $5 trillion. Remember, that's the McKinsey estimate of how much we'll have to spend every year to go net zero. For the US, the price by mid-century will be more than $10,000 per person per year. You're not going to have that. No. You're not going to see people accept that. They're going to vote those people out of office, and then we'll both have wasted money and actually not get the solution.
Within the climate movement, I don't think you're very popular, are you?
Well, look, there's a lot of smart people who understand that we're not currently solving climate. We've been, essentially following the Al Gore path for the last 30 years, and we've achieved absolutely nothing. The UN Environment Program, the Environment Ministry of the UN, they actually said just before COVID hit, they could not tell the difference between a world that we've actually seen and the world in which we didn't care about climate change since 2005. We've made all these statements, but if you look at the trajectory of the emissions, There's no difference. So there's a lot of people who are realizing the current approach is not working. Maybe we should try another one that'll work better and cost less.
And that sounds good to me. Bjorn Lomborg, thank you very much for being with us. Good stuff, sir.
Thank you.